Hey, everybody, welcome to the Sheila Wiggains Show, where we talk to Miss Sheila Wiggains, a renowned artist, composer, writer, and Carnegie Hall winner. Miss Sheila, how you doing today?
Oh, girl, I'm doing just fine.
That's good. How's the weather treating you? I heard it's a little cold down there now.
Oh, girl, we've been having some crazy weather down here in Florida. I thought I was back in Jersey.
I don't think it's that bad. We've had some stuff
Yes, it
going on here
was. It
too.
was because we have rain with it, and it was extra cold, and it's like everybody's running, and I felt I was back in Jersey for a while. Yeah. But it switches every time, it doesn't stay the same. And then by weekend, you get next week we get hot again, and then it just switch around. We can't keep up with this weather. Is crazy. You just have to have all your jackets in the car.
True.
So or and you know what, and the umbrella too, because it's switching around. So you need three things: umbrella and the gloves and everything, because it switches around. But it will generally fade right out back. But that's how it is right now. It's kind of crazy. Go and come.
So we decided we wanted to do a Valentine's Day special because we really didn't keep on point with everything else that we've done. We usually do stuff after the fact, but this time we wanted to do something special for the fans because we are getting a lot more fans. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
We want to
that's
say
good.
hello to our fans in Switzerland,
Yeah.
Austria, and Norway. Thank you so much for supporting the Sheila Wiggains Show and also for supporting Miss Sheila. She's working really hard. She's definitely going to get out her music soon. It just takes a little longer. So she will definitely have something for you guys. But in saying that, Miss Sheila, do you want to give them a little sample of your singing voice?
Oh, for Valentine's, I had so many requests, wouldn't believe. And I have my girlfriend, Susie, who wanted to hear fairy tales can come true. So I said, You really? She said, Oh, yes. And she called me yesterday. So I said, Okay, I'm going to try and do the best I can. I don't have the music here. I have the music, but we'd have to have the different part to set it up for you guys. But if I can go to Carnegie Hall and sing a cappella, I don't see why I can't sing it here.
Yeah. Just a little
So
taste so that
I'll give
newer
you a little tip.
fans, yeah, so newer fans that are coming in can
Yeah,
hear
and
you.
that's for Susie. I know she's looking forward to hear that too. So this song is about, it's a love song, and it's about folks that are up in, you were young once, and then you get older, and then you get forgetful and all those kind of stuff. But as you go along, those who do know it, I know quite a few people know it who is up in my age group, and even younger people know it. And it's fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you if you're young at heart. So I'm just going to sing a little lines there for you. And it goes like this: Fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you if you're young at heart. For it's hard, you will find, to be narrow of mind if you're young at heart. You can go to extremes with impossible schemes. You could laugh when your dreams fall apart at the seams, and life gets more exciting with each passing day. And love is either in your heart or on its way. Don't you know it works better by far if you're young at heart? For as rich as you are, it's more better by far if you're young at heart. And that's how it goes.
Great, that's wonderful. Thank you. So Miss Sheila, because Valentine's Day is coming up and here upon us, do you have any plans?
Oh, I'm just working on, I have songs that I've written, like love songs. So I take a look at those. And that's what I keep going back and see what I have. So I have a mixture of songs, because as an artist, I just did not sing one stuff. I am multi-talented, so I sang gospel, and love songs and R&B. You'd never dream about that, but we do. And so that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, and they have good work coming to them. Might take a little time to get out there, but when you get it, you will appreciate it. Going to Carnegie Hall, I didn't have one to play for me. And they say, "Oh, you're going to do this." I'm say, "I'm going to sing it. If I wrote it, then I'm supposed to be able to sing it." So I just had a little prayer there and said, "Lord, just let me hit that right note." And I did. And I sang it a cappella all the way through. So that's why you know a true singer when they can sing a cappella for you with what they wrote. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, and there's more. The best is yet to come.
That's good.
That's all. The best is yet to come.
That's good. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about Jamaica then. What is there any type of tradition going on back in the day when you were there that people
Oh,
did for Valentine?
we did a lot. That started from school. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Elementary school, when you have those little cards that your friends send give you at your desk. Don't you did that?
No.
You didn't do that? Oh, we pass little cards around and write little things on them, and that was so much fun. But the best part, it's the candy.
Of course.
I love the candy that has "I love you,"
Mhm.
"Kiss me goodbye." All those candies, I don't know, with the hearts and the different colors, pink and all the different colors that come in that candy. And that's what excites most of all of us. You get a candy, say what it says. You go
Mm.
to look down, it say "I love you." Whoa. And another one, it say "Kiss me goodbye." And so among the young people, you have that. For the older teenagers, they gave cards and stuff like that, and little trinkets and stuff like that. So that was really nice. There's another song that when I was a teenager, it's a love song, and most people might know it. It's an old love song. It's "Cherry Pink and Apple Blossom White." And it says about the lover. It's "Cherry pink and apple blossom white." And it goes, "Whenever your lover comes your way, it's cherry pink and apple blossom white, the poets say." And then it goes, "A story goes that once a cherry tree, only the apple tree did grow. And there a boy once met his bride to be, long, long ago." You see? So
Yeah,
that
that's
was
nice.
that was teenagers, in that age group. You
Mm-hmm.
see, I take you out to the teenagers in their 17, 18, 19. That was the age group. It was Valentine's, and my friend, she played the piano and she played it and I sang it. So see, that's the teenage part. So that
Mm.
give you a little part about the elementary to the teenager.
Oh,
And that's the part. Those bring back a lot of memories. And when you're a teenager, it's 16, 17, that age group.
mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
that
okay.
that was one. Yeah.
That's good. So I'm not sure if we have spoken about it before, but we're going to ask it again anyway. Who was your first crush back in high
Oh,
school?
oh Lord, my crush. Let's see. Yes, there was a young man, and he was around in the same age group with us, and he had jet black hair, and he more look Indian type, but he was he had a beautiful eyelashes and very nice young man. And I used to stay in the kitchen washing the dishes and looking out. That's all I could do. I look out. I say, "Oh yeah, that's a nice one." Yeah, yeah. So that was one of my crush. Yes, that was my first crush. When I saw him the first time, those teenagers, how they used to dress with the jeans,
Mm,
and that those, I don't know what kind of jeans at the time that they wear, but he always wear jeans. And at least all the friends that used to congregate with him, that's what they wore. And they ride their bikes. They were bike riders. So that got my attention, washing the dishes, looking through the window and watching them ride past. And I said, wow, wow, yes, yeah. So that was my first crush. Yes, I would say that was my first crush.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
That's good.
But those days they were very strict. You were not allowed. It's not like this time and you say, oh, you see that guy, run outside and go call to him.
Hmm.
You never do that.
Mm.
It was a different era. So you even for a young man to come and meet your parent, he has to come and meet your mother and your father.
Mm.
You want to take you out on a date. It didn't go that you just go off and, oh yes, first thing they want to know, who is his parents. They
Mm.
have to know who is the mother and father of him. Then if he really want to come and take you out, he has to come to your house, and then he got to meet your mom and your dad.
Mm.
So it was a real, for you to just go out on a date, it had to be really down to that. They have to know who you're going out, the parents of that young man. And it was very strict times, and where you're going, or all of that. Are you going to the movie? Or are you going to the drive-in? Does he has a car? And all those stuff go into just to go out.
Mm.
I mean, it was a really strict time. I mean, even going in the country part to spend a summer vacation, you were being chaperoned that way. Yes, we all ride bikes when we went to the country part to spend the summer and stuff as teenagers and stuff. And it was still the same thing. I mean, I'm a city girl because I'm from Kingston. So when I go to Frome in Westmoreland, and it's a different era there again with different things that they do down there, like milking the cow. So when you're a city girl, you want to see all that. The courting was different in my time. The guy had to meet your parents, and both sides had to meet. Even if he says you're going out on a date, you have to tell that father or that mom, well, we're taking her to the movie, and what time will you be back?
Mm.
you, your dad is going to be asking that question, and mom is sitting there. And dad, I see my friends that were young like myself, they went through that,
Mm.
but they did the right things at the right time. And I mean, the elderly people, it's not like now. We respect the elderly people. We give, the older you are, is the more respect is given to everyone. It's not like that anymore. So that era, it's an entirely different era.
Mm.
You listen to what they have to say, because we look to the elderly that is older, that they're wise and they have more wisdom to tell us, well, this is how it was when I
Mm.
was young like you. This is how I met, if you'll say, Hilda. I met Hilda and I met her dad. And when I asked for her hand in marriage, her dad say, can you take care of my daughter better than how I take care of her? Can you? Now, a young man hearing that, if you know you're not straight, you ain't going there. You're not going to take her out. For me, as a teenager, I get let down a lot of time because my
Mm.
aunt May was very strict. She when I tried to go out like on a weekend, she said, and you got to be back here by 12. No, that don't fit in. If you're going to pick me up at 10 o'clock, and we're going to go out to a party,
Mm.
a nice little party or so, where you know all who is going already, they know. And you're going to bring me back at 12? That's waste of time. How many dance you going to do within that time? And then you got to drive her back to her house for her to be there at 12. It don't work. So you know what happened to my teenage life? I lost all my friends. They
Mm.
say we can go pick up Sheila, and by the time we pick up Sheila, and we take her to the party and we start dancing, having a good time, and you look at the clock, we got to get her back at that time. It don't work out. So I lost all my friends that go out to party. So I didn't get to party like a lot of folks did. That's the only letdown at that
Mm.
time that I had, because They didn't want to waste time with me. It's like I was just a, you know, I didn't fit into the picture very well because I have to
Mm.
go home too early. But those were the rules at the time. If you were in church, that was another thing. And it's Saturday night and you go out to a party, the same thing. You have to be back by 12 o'clock. And that was the rules because you have to be in church in the morning. And worse, if you sings in the choir, you got to be there on time. So those rules, it sounds very old fashioned, but I will tell you something. We didn't have all the rapes and the stuff that you see go on. The young men and the young women, they were so focused at what they wanted to do. And they listened to the elderly coming right back again to people that were older than them that would give you advice and say, this is how I think you should do this. And you'd get advice right there, left and right. It doesn't matter which home you go to because the rules were like the same. so so you don't really escape. And girls getting
Mm.
pregnant, you don't see that. They told you focus on that first. You finish school, you do what you got to do, then you can think about this all other stuff later down the line. In Jamaica at the time was education. If you're going to school, just focus on that right now. Yes, the boys will be there when you're done. They'll be still there around, but focus on that. And it applies not just to the young girls, it applied to the young men also. So they were all focuses, finishing what they're supposed to finish, going on to, we had the boys' schools were Woolmer's Boys, George's Boy, Kingston College, all those schools there. And those guys, you met them, they were focused. Oh yes, a lot of them. So those were the rules in my time growing up, where if you're going to school at the time, you had to take that entrance that you have to go on to high school, or from high school or wherever you're going. Vivia, she got a scholarship to go to University of the West Indies, and that she was my friend. We went to the same church, we sang on the same choir, all together, all of us, around six of us. So it was really what you would say, very strict, right?
Mm-hmm.
I met a pastor from AME when I came to America, and he said, Sheila, I met a Jamaican girl, very nice Jamaican girl when I was young. And I went through the same. He said, I didn't know that they were like that. I said, what?
Hmm.
He said, I wanted to date her and take her out and I had to go through a routine. I said, yes, thank you for telling me that, Pastor Thomas. His name was Pastor Thomas. He said, I went through that routine and I realized, wow, wow, wow. I said, yeah, I know it's a difficult one to go through, but it turns out to be always the best thing you did. Yeah.
Mm.
So even hearing that from a pastor from the AME church here in America, that made me said, yes, that mean I'm not lying, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see, that prove a point. Said if he could tell me that, and he was married at the time, and he knew I was Jamaican, and he said, "Yeah, but I have to tell you about your people." Then he tell me about my people, and I stand there and I listen. I said, "Yeah, yes." I said, "Yes, it was true." When you tell people and they don't, but when you hear it back, a feedback from somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
you realize you ain't lying. You ain't
Mm.
lying.
Mm. Mhm.
And that's how it is. Yes, that's how it was at that time. So you see how things have changed.
Yeah, they've changed a lot. I can imagine the kids of today, they would never be able to survive during that time
Oh,
as far as courting is involved,
mm-mm.
because now you can just meet somebody on Tinder or
Yes.
Match.com or whatever and meet up,
The date
hook up,
site,
and then go tell your friends and wash, rinse, and repeat.
the date
I
sites,
mean, some people have found love on it, but
yes, somehow.
I've been unsuccessful, probably because I'm too picky and choosy, or perhaps maybe I can see through the BS, not sure, but
you
I'm not really interested in getting involved. Not at this point in my life anymore, because I'm too focused on trying to help people become financially free anyway. And also with our little thing that we're going to do. Speaking of pillows, cookies, and candles, tell us a little bit more about that since that was your idea and you love to crochet. We only have
Oh,
a couple of minutes left, but I think for the Valentine's special, I guess some of your fans would like to know if these are actually going to be handmade
you know,
crochet style pillows that
the
you're
funny part
making.
is because I did a lot of craft, I was just going through my craft box. I found the book. And would you believe the book has everything in it? That's to show you that I had it say crochet, it say and it says it's a beginner's working book. And it has everything from embroidery, go right down to tatting, to everything is in this book. How to make a purse, how to do so many things. I realized, wow, this is really impressive. I don't know who's the author of this book. They seem to be British, but everything that you need to know, from shell stitch to all kind of stitch, and they give you pictures too in black and white. No, this is an old book, older than me. And but it has everything in it. And so when I told you about the pillars, I got ideas from that book. I This is good for me because I just it's like I'm going through it and I'm going like the colors and the thread and the stuff because I paint. I just not just do I do generally everything. Back in Jamaica, they taught you a lot of stuff in craft. And that's where I learned a lot of my crafts from. Things that people would never believe that you can make things out of. You can make egg boxes and turn them into flowers, you in different colors, all that kind of stuff. And I just keep looking at all the different that's great creation. So when I see people create things, I am really impressed because you must remember we weren't a rich country. It's an island and we weren't rich. So we have to use whatever resources we had. So to make things beautiful, we create out of what we have. And I'm telling you, you'd never dream of some of the things that you see these folks create, like the mats for the bed, by the bedside, the pillows, all the different stuff that they use just locally, local stuff, things that you'd say, throw that in the garbage. No, hold on, don't throw it so fast. And that is what
Mm.
I do. I teach craft at the nursing home. I teach craft at all these nursing home down in Fort Myers, and they learn a lot from showing how to do different things, and they enjoy doing it. I work with Alzheimer's patients also, and I get them to do things their family was so impressed them doing it. So like the old magazines, you see what I did with the old magazines, right?
Mhm.
You see what came out of the old
I did.
magazine, a beautiful vase, right? That you
Mhm.
could put flowers in, look like spring or summer or whatever. You can make it by the colors you use to make that vase to put out. So it's a lot of things that when you stand still and look, and I see a lot of folks here now doing that. They're using their imagination more, and that is good. I like craft like those because you're visualizing it, and the colors are coming to you as you visualize, and that's what I like. That's how I do. Like I go into Bath and Body and look around and see what they got in there, and go from pillows to everything. And
Mhm.
you remember I told you I did that.
Yes, you did.
Then I go into John's Fabric, another place, and I look around and see what kind of fabrics they have in there. What's for that? Those are the things. Then I look for the needles and I'll say how much is that, and that's how I do. But most of the time, I see needles I have already in my little art my box. I have that box with all my work. So I paint and also make. You was telling me about the mold, right?
Yeah, there's a way you can make most. So the candle part is coming along nicely. It's just that we're in the testing phase and we
Mm-hmm.
need to test. I don't know about other candlers out there, but for pillows, cookies, and candles, all of our candles and wax melts are tested.
Mm-hmm.
We have to test it because, first of all, I'm a scientist by nature.
Yeah, you're good.
So I prefer to do tests so that it's safe for the public and the environment because we don't want to end up hurting anybody or burning anyone's house down. So we need to test our products properly before we start to market them. So right now the candles are in the testing phase. We're also in the testing phase for our hand soap.
Yeah.
The only thing is we're just waiting for, what are we waiting for, cousin Sheriff?
You're doing all the testing, and we're trying to get all the stuff, the material together.
Not only that, we also need a logo so it'll look nice for pillows, cookies,
Yes,
and candles.
you're working on that. We're
Okay,
working on
so
that.
I mean, it's slow, but it's coming along. It's coming along.
But we know what we want, and as I said, I bought all my, they had a sale recently, so you get all those good. And if you go to all the, you'll really get some good discount, and all from John's Fabric to Bath and Body to Michael's to all those places. You travel like me, you know that I'm a craft person because I travel.
Actually, some of our
And
products are going to be on Michael's. We decided to contract with them. So the home decor part, because Pillows, Cookies, and Candles is a sister company of Trovi SF, in which I run, and I specialize in home decor and fragrances. Plus, we're also going to have our candle line, which is going to belong to Pillows, Cookies, and Candles. So if you guys want to follow us at Shop Trovi SF on Instagram, we would really love the follow and the support. We're working on trying to get social media for Miss Sheila, but she's a little shy in regards to that. Hopefully, we'll turn it around and start getting some live feeds for you guys so you can see her in action, which I'm very much looking for. But this is all the time we have for today. We just wanted to wish you all a very happy Valentine's Day. We hope everyone is in the loving spirit because we need a little love for each other. And Miss Sheila, what do you want to say to your fans for Valentine's Day?
I want to say to all my fans, have a blessed Valentine's Day. And there's more. The best is yet to come. There's two people I'd like to say happy Valentine's Day to Susan Sarikio and also Uncle Vinny,
Ah,
which is her husband, because they've been following me, my career and stuff and everything. They're there for me. So I'd like them to have a blessed and happy Valentine's Day also.
and there you have it. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this Valentine's Day. We wish you the best, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye, Cousin Cher.
God bless you all. Thank you.